Right, the bell handle. Here we go.
Same kind of a thing, you know. It's got so much weight and all that it'll work until it breaks apart. But see right there, it's rocking back and forth right there. That's the problem. Nothing, but it's not lubricated anymore. It hasn't been lubricated in 4 years or whatever it is.
Right.
So it's better just to put a little oil on there, get it in there. I patted this thing out, and no one ever took it off. I guess it's a good volume level.
Well, apparently every once in a while someone calls up and complains that the bell is too loud, and
so what you're saying is that should not be wrapped.
he did it.
I wrapped that on there like 4 or 5 years ago when we started it up, so that it wouldn't be so loud that it would drive somebody crazy who hadn't heard it for 10 years or 15 years. And so it mellowed the tone out a little bit. It got rid of a little bit of the clang, and it lowered the volume. And it's, you know, you can see it's, you know, it's just like just a towel. So I mean, it's actually, I think it's almost all gone now. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's still something wrapped around there too. But, and also the other thing that will affect it, which it is working, so it's not really an issue. See how the bell is hanging? Yep. There's where the hammer hits it. You can see it's all shiny. Yep. So it's still in the right place. But if the bell were to end up like that, then it would have to go farther to hit the hammer, and it might not have enough juice to do that. So it's good that it's staying where it historically has been. So it's going to pull back and hit it right there.
What do you think the weight of this thing is?
This is a nice bell, by the way. It's a Revere bell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Revere and Son. Yeah. It looks, you can tell by the way it looks.
1819.
Yeah, 1819. That's kind of late in the game for them, but that's what it is.
500 pounds?
I think it's more than that. I don't think it's probably. You can look it up. It's like say it's a 3.5 foot diameter bell. If you look up on the internet, it will tell you. I think it's a little less than 1,000. But I could be wrong. There's like just standard weights, approximate weights based upon the diameter of the bell.
It's just the area that looks like it needs the most amount of maintenance right now. I mean, this wood here looks pretty rotted out. I mean, it's good for now, but geez, I don't think it's got too much more time. Just looking at the termite ant holes and the pieces of wood that just falling off. Well, I mean, it feels solid, but this don't look solid.
Well, you can see it right here. It's crumbling out. It's probably, I don't know, it might be as old as the tower clock. It looks like it's, it could very well be as old as the tower clock, which would be what, 1850, whatever that was.
So actually,
it's, there are people around like steeplejacks in particular who can do this kind of work. I mean, it's not incredibly difficult in terms of the theory of it. But you got to be able to pick up a bell and stably get the weight of the bell off of everything, and then duplicate all this stuff, which involves carrying heavy timbers up into this building somehow or another, getting them in here, and then putting it all back together again. So, I mean, it's just kind of a specialty kind of a thing.
Yeah. So would they build this and then bring it up here, or
bring it up? They build it on the ground and make sure it fit and was the right dimensions. Then they take it apart and then bring it up here and put it back together again.
Yeah, weeks worth of work.
Probably at least. Yeah.
So I have a chronology question. The bell is 1819. The clock is 1853 or something like that. So I'm guessing the bell was here and they would pull it before there was a clock, right? Oh, right. So then when they installed the clock, they had to install this so it rang the bell that was already here.
Yes.
Right.
There's a clapper hanging down the inside of the bell, and when you pull it over, it swings over and hits the inside of the bell, and that's what happens when you ring it with a rope. But this, consequently, you can't have the bell hammer sitting right there from the clock. It's got to be on the side so the bell can just swing back and forth in front of it and not run into the hammerhead. So there's like a little bit of a gap in between the hammerhead and the shoulder of the bell.
Nice.
And that's got to be like that. But then when the bell's at rest and the clock pulls back on this,
Yeah.
See, this one here is broken once. That's what all this messy looking stuff is here. This is all cast iron, but it broke right through there. That's welded on. Somebody welded it back together.
It's fixed.
Yeah, it's been fixed. Yeah. Well, you know, it is cast iron is brittle. You know, it's going.
Yeah. The thing about cast iron, I mean, not only is it brittle, but when you repair it, it winds up stronger than it was originally for some reason. I don't know why.
Years ago, there was modern welding technology has different ways of welding cast iron, but back in the day of that, it probably was brazed, which is like the whole thing has to get like red hot, and then it's like a copper bearing or brass bearing rod, and it just floods into there and fills all the spaces up. It was harder to weld cast iron because you had to braze it. You weren't really welding the iron per se.
Yeah.
Now there's all these various kinds of modern technology for welding. But even I've had a couple where I tried to get somebody to weld it, and he said it won't work. Your cast iron's got too much impurities in it, and the stuff won't work. You know, so
Yeah. That's why when your truck frame goes, it's gone.
all right, gentlemen, I think we're completed today's festivities.